Hey, it's Michelle Stonhill, your millionaire mentor. And I want to talk to you about meditation and why you absolutely don't need it if you don't love it. You don't have to feel guilty for not doing it, for not loving it, for not looking forward to it, for it being the thing that's on the bottom of your to-do list that doesn't always get ticked off. But I get that you also probably want to feel the benefits of having a calm and peaceful mind, of being able to think clearly, being able to almost slow everything down and get in contact with the part of yourself that knows the answer to pretty much every question, the infinite wisdom that exists inside of yourself. And today I want to talk to you about how you can do that without meditation. Because if you're like me, then you might not enjoy it and you might be a bit embarrassed and maybe feel a bit of shame and guilt that you're one of those people that doesn't like meditating, but you know it's good for you. Look, I've created a multi-million per year online coaching brand, developed a life that I love with people around me that are just a joy to be around, a partner that loves me deeply and I love him deeply too, a life that is so fulfilled I sometimes can't even believe it's mine. And I've done it all through two things. Business strategy, of course, has played a part, but the majority of the success I can absolutely credit to divine guidance, to being able to quieten my mind enough to listen to the whispers of the soul, the things that are right for me, the answers to questions that I appear not to have, and then bang, I know exactly what to do. And I've done it all without falling in love with meditation, without crossing my legs and sitting in for hours. And I've done it without feeling guilty for not loving meditation and finding my own way. And I want to share that with you. It's only going to take a couple of minutes for me to hopefully completely transform your perspective on meditation and how to do it without doing it. But you're going to want to stay till the end because I've got something really special for you at the end, something you're going to absolutely love and want to get your hands on right away to go a little bit deeper with this. So, look, I used to really struggle to quieten my mind. I used to really struggle to slow things down and not be so thinking. Because you know, when we're too thinking, when we're too up here in our heads, we're out of our soul, our intuition. It doesn't matter whether you call that all-knowing wisdom, higher being, whether you call it God, intuition, higher self, universe. It doesn't matter what you call it. What matters is you have access to an intelligence, a conscious intelligence that wants to see you win, that wants you to live the life you're meant for, a life of total joy, total abundance, zero struggle, zero resistance, zero suffering, a life that you love and that inspires others to light up and live a life that they love too. There's a part of you, and you feel it, I know you do, that wants that for you, is guiding you in the direction of that. Now, sometimes we'll catch glimmers of this in, like, some people call it their stomach brain, like you just know that something's right for you, or you just know that it's not. And you might catch a glimpse of this when you meet someone for the first time and there's red flags and you're not quite sure why, but you're being guided away. Or when you meet someone for the first time and you feel like you've known them your entire life already and you could just instantly form a friendship and it would feel right. We've all had glimmers of this infinite intelligence. And one of the reasons that I wanted to get good at meditation and felt that I had to meditate was so that I could get more than just glimmers, so that I could be in constant contact with this divine inner wisdom. Because I knew that it held the answers to how I could live a life of abundance, build a business effortlessly, impact the world with the message that I had to share, find the love of my life and travel the world and do all the things that I've been able to do since contacting that inner wisdom. But when I tried to meditate, it was like my mind got busier. the thoughts just seemed to speed up, and I felt like I was doing it wrong. And I know that if you stick with it, you get better and better at it, but it became a chore. It became something that I had to do rather than wanted to do. So I found another way. Now, think about it like this for just a minute. If your thoughts were like passing cars, if you were sat now watching a busy motorway, and each car that passed, it was your job to just observe it impartially, with no emotional attachment, not placing any meaning on why it might be passing, but just to observe it passing. Those cars represent your thoughts. Your job as a spiritual being in this flesh suit that we are walking around in, your job with thought is to observe. Not to push down, not to suppress or try and stop or judge. But that's what we do, right? We don't sit watching the cars go past. We go to war with them. The ones we don't like, we get in the way and try and stop them. We try and change them. We give them meaning and get emotionally attached to them. But thoughts are just that, thoughts. They don't mean anything. There's nothing to fear in a thought. A thought you have isn't manifesting your reality. And you're probably thinking, what? That defies all I've ever learned about the law of attraction. But the famous quotes that tell us, I think, therefore I am, or you get what you think, I would challenge that and say, you get what you feel. You feel, therefore you are. It's the feeling that creates the energy, that creates a reality. Thoughts are just thoughts. It's the feeling we place on them. It's the feelings that are mustered up because of the meaning we give our thoughts. If you're at war with your thoughts and panicked because of them and fearing them, it's the feeling within us that blocks us from becoming an energetic, inspired, creative, absolute master of our own reality. Because when we're feeling low vibration, we can't hear the whispers of our soul. We don't know the difference between thought and feeling and fear and intuition, and it all gets muddled up. So without meditation, we can still detach from the passing cars, the passing thoughts. We can be objective, we can observe with fascination. Isn't that interesting? When we have a thought that triggers a feeling that's low vibration, isn't that fascinating? This requires us to be acutely self-aware. You know, I must do this 150 times a day. Every time I feel my vibration dip below anything less than awesome, I ask myself, what thought did I just become attached to? What thought did I just place meaning on that created this low vibrational feeling in me? And then I go back to the thought and reframe it in a different way. Sometimes your thoughts and therefore feelings will trigger you to ask what's not working. What do I need to change? But that acute self-awareness, that disassociated ability to detach from the passing cars of our thoughts as a way of being is more powerful than any meditation. And you can do that. You can choose that for yourself every day. At first, you might want to create some triggers, some things that trigger you to just check in vibrationally and ask yourself, how am I feeling? And if it's anything less than awesome, what's not working? What thought did I have that changed my vibration? What thought did I attach meaning to? Eventually it becomes a way of life. But the triggers that you want to apply in the beginning might be things like, you know, every time I made a cup of tea, every time I put the kettle on, it would trigger me to just check in and do a bit of a body scan. How am I feeling? What's my energy doing? What's working? What's not working? I have a lot of cup of teas every day, so it made sense for me to do it at that time. But what's a good time for you to check in and do that? Now look, I want to go so much deeper with you on this, on how you can become a magical magnet for all of the things that you desire, whether that's in your business, whether that's financially. As a female entrepreneur, I know that you have dreams that are bigger than just business. There is a meaning to your work that is bigger than you and any goal that you've created. I know it's important, and I want to help you develop a deep, insatiable hunger for success. I have a brand new free live class that you can sign up to right now, that's in the comments below, and this will give you space with me for you and I to shift you into an energetic being that feels unstoppable, and not just a short-lived success that only lasts for 10 minutes after you finish the live class, but a lasting, insatiable hunger for the things that are important to you. You don't need a dream board, you don't need to develop a why. Beyond that dream board and why, outside of our self-motivation, is something else. It's a different space. It's a space where you just are those things. You just do the things you need to do as a way of life. It feels the most natural thing in the world to you, and you don't need to be motivated to do it. It would be like me asking you to have a why to love your children. It's the most natural thing in the world, and that is how my brand new live class, Deep Hunger, will leave you feeling like success for you is the most natural thing in the world. Register now, and I'll see you in the live lounge.